So we are going to do a temporary crown for this lower left fist molar. While you're practicing preparing a temporary crown, the most important thing is that just have a look from the occlusal side to make sure that there are no visible undercuts, because that is going to make the removal of your temporary crown very difficult once it's set. But as we can see, we're able to visualize all the margins, and there is no visible undercut. So this is our index that we have prepared, and you can also examine the index for any irregularities. It seems to be okay. There are no visible irregularities, so it's going to give us a nice temporary crown if we follow all the steps correctly. So because it's a plastic tooth, it's not a natural tooth. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take some Vaseline, and we're just going to apply some Vaseline on the surface so that our temporary material will not bond and attach to it. So the removal is going to be easier. Just making sure that all surfaces are covered nicely. So now once we've applied the Vaseline, we are going to put the temporary material into our index. So you can start by touching the occlusal surface, just making sure it flows very nicely onto the occlusal surface. This will also help avoid any air bubbles, and just make sure it's not completely full. You will put something on one of the side, which is the buccal, and then the palatal side, and then a little bit in here, and a little bit on the interproximal. And as you can see, I have not completely covered the occlusal surface, just it's minimal, almost you can say half or 3/4 of it. And I'm going to take it, I'm going to put my index over it, and that's all. I'll leave it. And one thing I usually do is that take a little bit of temporary material on my glove, just to make sure that I can know what is the setting time of it. So it's almost 1.5 minutes, okay. I wasn't aware of the setting time, so all I can know it from is just, you can see it's set now. So the best thing, I will not just pull it off like this. What I will do is that I'll just use a probe just to, you know, elevate from one side, and just insert my probe and just detach this thing from one side. And once I detached it, it will be very easily removed, and you can see. Now the best thing, what I usually do is I just try to, you know, remove it from the interproximal areas, and I usually have the wedges, okay. So what I will do is that I will insert the wedges on both the sides. This will also remove any excess material, okay, and it will create a separation. So once it has created a separation, I will hold it with my tweezer, and as you can see, I've very easily removed the temporary crown without any breakages. And you know, I can then, you know, just clean off the excess from here. I can clean off this excess, and I can just simply take off my wedges, you know, and just clean the area for any excess. So now you can see I have got some excess material in here, right? And when I just run my fingers through it, I can feel some sharp edges. So I will use the polishing discs to just smoothen these areas, right? making sure I don't over reduce from the other side as well. You just need to have controlled reduction, so it depends on your handpiece speed as well. So I'm using the slow speed at about half speed. So since now I've polished the proximal surfaces, okay, and I will just use my probe just to make sure that there are no sharp edges. So we've got really a nice smooth crown. However, you can see there's a little bit of overhangs that I can visually see. But before that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try putting the crown, and we will see. Oh, perfect. So okay, I have pressed it, and as you can see that there are absolutely no visible gaps. However, what you can see here is on the, so you can see you can see some little overhangs that you can see in here, right, which we are going to polish them so that at least we will have a nice proximal surface. So you'll just remove this again, okay, and as you can see there are more thick edges, so we're going to just polish them just to create that nice emergence profile. So we're trying to concentrate on these areas now, not on these areas. So you can see now we have nicely polished all the surfaces, okay. It's a nice polished temporary crown, okay. And let's try. So the most important thing is that it should have a passive fit. So we are having here a passive fit, and as you can see it's very nice, and we've got nice margins as well, and even from the back side we have nicely polished margins. There are no visible gaps. The most important thing here is to see also just to make sure that there is good floss retention. Here it's fine, and here we will see, and you can see the floss is catching. So you can see here the floss is catching as well. So this we have got, and it's very passive. It's very passive, and you might find from the occlusal surface this was a rest that was prepared after the index was taken. So with a natural tooth, this will have a very similar contact as this one, but it does have a contact. So this is all about temporary crown, and as you can see all the surfaces are polished, okay, no visible gaps where you don't want to add any of the composite just to repair it. So it's all about polishing the composite, polishing the temporary crown, and making sure that you get it right from the first place. Thank you.